Happy New Year and welcome to another episode of Bottom of the Stream with Adam and Nick. My name is Adam.
My name is Nick. Welcome back. Ooh, we would have been right in your ear holes then.
We would. We've peaked at the sound waves. Yeah. Peaked.
Pros. Absolute pros. How are you, Adam?
I'm great, thank you. Yourself?
I'm happy. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Seems like it's been a while. We only missed 1 week, but it feels like we've missed a lot.
It's weird over Christmas though, isn't
it?
Because like it's just a weird time. And you don't know what day it is, what's happening.
I've not known what day it is until today.
You might do the odd day of work, and then there's more days off, and time just goes weird.
Yeah, it is strange.
So it always goes very fast, but at the same time, you're in some sort of like festive time loop.
You've worked through the Christmas limbo though, haven't you?
A little, yeah. I've done a couple of days, yeah.
But I didn't. I went back to work today. So
okay.
Like,
so I'd like five days off, 2 days at work, 3 days off.
Right.
And I've got a day at work and then it's a weekend.
Yeah, that's well confusing. Back to Monday, you can get back into some sort
Yeah, exactly. But I like the clean break. I do like Christmas. I'm a Christmas person.
Same.
But also when it's time, you get to the 1st, 2nd January, decorations down.
Yeah.
Clean start.
Decorations have gone.
Yeah. Throw yourself back
to normality. Trouble is, as soon as Christmas is done, I want summer now.
Yeah.
I'm not keen
100%.
on these next few months of cold.
Yeah.
I had to defrost the car twice today. I'm not keen on that.
I had to do it to come over here. I'm just like, that's it. Give me my, my summer so I can sit outside and top my tan up.
100%. Let me get back out in the garden, get some pizzas on the pizza oven. And
what's the point now? What's the point in winter now?
Yeah, exactly.
Now Christmas is done.
Done. Pointless.
Who needs it?
Let's manifest summer.
Sure.
How was your Christmas?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Good.
I had fun, had some good presents.
Excellent.
I don't think I had any terrible presents. I don't know any present's a good present, pretty much.
My mum brought me a windscreen cover for my car.
Well,
I remember unwrapping it, and I have not seen it since.
Oh.
I do not know where that is.
I think it might have been accidentally thrown away.
Maybe.
Or do you think it's still at her house? Or?
No, I don't know. She did buy me more than that as well. She's not tight.
Fine. Yeah.
I've not seen it.
Because that could have really come in useful for you today.
It could have today. Because that's when I thought this morning. I was like, I wish I'd have put that on last night.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't remember seeing that since Christmas Day. I don't know what I've done with it.
I bet it's got pushed under a sofa or something.
It's here somewhere.
Oh, it's in this house?
I remember bringing it home.
Oh, right. Okay.
But I don't remember. I've not seen it since I brought it home.
I don't know if the dog had maybe stolen it and was using it in its bed.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll find it. And then I'm too lazy and I won't use it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Find it in time for summer.
Yeah, when I don't need it.
Yeah, exactly.
New Year good?
Yes.
We spent New Year together.
It was with you, yeah.
So we better have been good.
Yeah.
We lost the Trivial Pursuit to an 11-year-old.
Yeah, that's true.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah, she did. She was helped. And we did lose. But we did.
Yeah, but she was helped by Wayne.
But we did lose a couple of match cheeses, didn't we? We were there for the win and we didn't get the questions right.
Yeah, true.
Whereas I think they had one shot.
They just nailed their shots.
Yeah.
That was good.
Lots of games.
Good night.
Yeah.
Lots of food.
Yeah. It
was good.
Yeah.
But now we're back. We're back here to restart our show for 2025.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose we might have some new listeners. Should we just say what we do?
Yeah, why not? We might have. You've got to always assume there's new listeners.
First time tuning in.
Yeah.
So this is
viewers.
Yeah, exactly. This is Bottom of the Stream with Adam and Nick. This is our Monday show where we get you up to date with all the latest big news of the week in the world of streaming and movies.
Yep.
Play a couple of games. Talk about what we watched at the top of the stream as well.
Yes, we do.
Which there's a few big releases over the festive period, so we'll check in on that in a bit.
Yep.
And then on Thursday, it's what brought us to announce is the world famous Bottom of the Stream movie show, where we randomly select each week a movie from Amazon Prime or Netflix. Talk about it. We rank it. We'll put it in the stream table for that season show. We're closing up on the end of season 11.
We are.
Got about 3 movies
left. 3 movies left, I think, for the end of the season.
So, last couple of opportunities for
never been a better
top
time
the table
to check out our podcast. It isn't a video show, it is only a podcast, but you will find it on all podcast apps.
You can join as a Patreon and you will get a wild card choice every season.
We've got a Discord.
Yeah.
All the links are below in the description. Click on them.
And we'll be back. Speaking of that, we'll be back on Thursday talking about a wild card choice.
We will.
Patreon Alex,
Sam.
I get confused with who's played their wild card. Patreon Sam, apologies, has chosen The Guest.
He has. It's gone back in time a little bit. 2014.
Yeah, which is currently available on Amazon Prime over here, but only recently, because up until a couple of weeks ago, it was available on Netflix.
Yeah.
I think it was actually on both at the same time.
It was. When he selected it was on both, and then it left Netflix pretty quickly afterwards. But it, luckily for him, was still on Amazon.
Yeah.
And as of the rules of this season, Amazon is in play.
Starring Captain's Gallery member Micah Monroe.
4th time on the show.
Yeah.
I think she's the first 4th.
And maybe someone who may be approaching consideration.
Dan Stevens. 2nd time on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to talking about it.
I'm looking forward to talking about it as well. It's the sort of thing we haven't done for a while.
Yeah.
So be interesting to talk to you about it. Yeah. See what you think.
And we'll see where Sam lands on the wildcard race.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is a prize for the highest ranking wildcard movie.
There is indeed. But that's Thursday.
It is.
This is Monday.
Yeah.
Let's talk Netflix and streaming and movies and stuff.
So should we start with the question of the week?
Yeah. That's what
I think we'll ease us in to a new year.
Okay.
I think this is quite a nice one.
Go for it.
There's probably not a bad answer.
Right.
I think you're improving your life, whichever one you go with.
Good.
Would you rather gain a knowledge of any book by touching it, or gain the skills of any person by touching them? I think you're just tapping them on the shoulder. I'm not suggesting anything untoward here.
Good. That's a great question.
I have a lot of skills and knowledge
I have
out
some
there.
questions.
Sure.
Does the person have to be a willing touchy?
No, I think not necessarily. You're not having to pin them down. I think you literally walk up to them, hand on the shoulder. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah. Some people are harder to touch than others.
Yes, that's very, very true. You might not get near a kung fu master.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you would have to talk them around and say, "Can I touch you and absorb your skills?" Or So yeah, that would make things slightly more difficult, I guess.
Okay. Are there any books that are like going to really benefit me in more than one field? Do you know what I mean? There isn't a book on like how to fly a jet that's going to teach me exactly how to fly a jet.
There would be a manual for how to operate this type of jet.
The manual itself isn't going to give me all the skills that I need to fly a jet.
I guess not, but you
would
know
how to do it. But if I touched a pilot, he would know everything he needed to know about flying a jet.
Yeah.
So I feel like a person would have more knowledge than a book would have. And there's not
you
a
would
book
have knowledge, but you wouldn't have experience.
No.
From the books.
You wouldn't from the books.
No. Like you could read you used to get those mechanic books of I don't know, a Ford Escort. You know exactly how to put one together. You never would have done it. Yeah,
exactly. Whereas if I'm touching a pilot who can fly a jet, I don't know why I've hooked on flying a jet. I don't know. He's also going to know other stuff as well that I'm going to learn. Whereas if I just touch a book about flying a jet, all I'm going to know is how to fly a jet.
Yes.
Not how to do other stuff that this pilot knows.
Sure.
There's more knowledge in a human than there is in a single book, is what I'm thinking. Oh, is it?
I think it's a different.
Is this a one-time only deal?
No, you can do as much. You can absorb as much as you want.
So I could touch all the books.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then that changes things. I'd have to talk.
You can touch all the people if you want.
Yeah. Okay. I thought it was a one-time only deal.
No, it's a skill you have through your life.
I genuinely don't think it matters then. People. Let's touch some people.
Okay.
I feel like there isn't a book that teaches multiple things. Whereas if I touch a really intelligent person, I've suddenly got the knowledge of numerous books. It would take me less time to become the most impressive person in the world by touching humans than it would by touching books.
True.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I could touch 100 humans, but I'd probably need to get that same knowledge. I'd probably need like 100,000 books.
Yeah, potentially. It's not knowledge versus skills is the wording in the question.
Okay.
Knowledge in the book, skills of a person. So you might touch a random dude, and suddenly you can swallow swords.
Oh.
You could read up how to swallow a sword,
but that's not the same as
doing it for the
an
first
actual
time
sword
is
swallow.
Pretty dangerous.
It's got to be people, hasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Touching people's more difficult than touching books.
Yeah.
But you're going to get more out of touching people than you are touching books.
Yes.
Am I overthinking this question? People.
Okay. I think I will go with people. As well.
Who's the first person you'd touch that you could access? Do you know anybody that you'd like? I'd like their skills.
But yeah, but it's a really boring answer because I'd probably it'd probably be like some people who are nearing retirement at work, so I could download their knowledge. But that's a really boring.
Is there like an instrument you've always wanted to play, or?
Oh yeah. I like.
So you could touch.
I'd love to go and touch a pianist.
Do you know any pianists? You must know a skill.
Yeah.
Somebody who can play the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to start somewhere. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because you've got to test how this works.
Yeah, sure.
So just like, where do you start? I don't know. I don't know who the most skillful person I know is.
Depends what you're looking for.
Especially for a skill that I want.
Yeah.
Because I know people who are good at stuff, but I'm not necessarily.
Yeah, but it'd be really useful to just like go and touch a plumber, wouldn't it? And get
true. Yeah, there is that.
Skills, or an electrician or whatever.
Yeah, that would be helpful. Well, I do know some plumbers.
Yeah.
I'll touch a plumber.
Okay. Got to start somewhere.
Well, I didn't think that's how we'd start the year. How are we starting the year?
We'll start with some news.
Let's do some Netflix news.
Yeah, let's do that. And moving swiftly on.
It's been a big month for Netflix.
We were veering into some dangerous territory there. We will start with, there's only one place to start, and that is Squid Game Season 2.
Yes,
which
indeed.
obviously arrived on Netflix on Boxing Day.
Due to the busy Christmas period, I have not got all the way through it yet.
Well, here's a turn up for the books because I have done it all.
Okay, interesting.
So we can talk a bit about it. Maybe we'll do some non-spoilery thoughts this week, and then
I promise I'll have it done by next Thursday.
We'll get into some spoilerific.
I'll have it done by next week, and then we get some like full on. Give the people time to watch it as well.
Sure, and
we might even do a bonus on it.
Yeah, we could do actually. So Netflix has announced in its first 6 days, 7 days. Well, it's been out a week now, hasn't it? But it's effectively its first 6 days. Squid Game Season 2 racked up 68 million views. So it is the most viewed program of all time on Netflix in its first 6 days.
That's impressive. We didn't think it'd be breaking records. We knew it'd be doing well. But
I think it very much depends how you want to look at it.
Netflix will make up records.
Of course it will. Of course it will. 68 million views, which goes past Wednesday's previous record of 50.1 million views. So it's gone quite, it's beat it by quite a bit. But what I would say is that there are a few caveats. It's the holiday period.
Yep.
Everyone's at home.
Yes.
It's the sequel to the biggest show of all time.
Yep.
And it is very much a different profile to season 1.
Yes.
Which season 1 of Squid Game would not touch any of these numbers on its first 6 days, because that's not what it did. Its profile was a grower, not a shower.
It was a real slow burn until it wasn't, and then it just went.
Exactly. So, I'm sure this will end up in the top 10.
Yep.
Certainly, it will end up
100%.
in Netflix's top 10 viewed programs. Is it going to get anywhere near the top 5? Ooh, tough to say.
It's really interesting. It's going to be really interesting to find out.
Yeah.
Because it's 28 days they base that on, isn't it? So we'll know by the end of the month.
Yeah.
But it is going to be... At one point as well, it was number 1 in all 93 Netflix territories.
Yeah.
That's never been done before either. So it is like breaking all sorts of records.
No, that's true. So that's another great record for it. But it Netflix, it's a Netflix property, so that's going to be that'll happen again this year, I'm sure.
Probably
with Stranger Things season 3, with Wednesday, with Stranger Things.
Quick question before we'll talk about it later on.
Yeah, sure.
No spoilers. Yeah. Is season 2 of Squid Game necessary?
I'm going to sit on the fence a bit and say I don't know yet, because
interested to see where season 3 goes.
I don't think it's season 3.
You think it's part 2 of season 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
The more I've seen of this,
Well, they were filmed back
'Cause
to
it kind
back.
of just stops.
The rumours are coming in like June, July time. isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, we'll touch on that, but that is
Okay,
the
sorry.
rumor.
Spoiling
That's the
your
rumor.
news.
No, it's fine. Well, and it kind of leads on to something that there was an interview a week or so ago with the creator of Squid Game, and he sort of said, when I sat down to write this, I thought I will finish the story in about 10 episodes.
Yeah.
And then he said, I think I can get a couple more out of it. So the third batch may only be 4 to 6 episodes.
How many is this one?
7.
7. Okay.
So they will market it Squid Game 3, of course.
Yeah,
they will.
of course they will.
But this, I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah.
The season 2 finishes. It doesn't.
There's no cliffhanger. Or...
No, there is a cliffhanger.
there is a cliffhanger.
It finishes, and it's not the end of a story.
Got you.
So we'll see.
But he never wanted to write it in the first place. So.
Well, it was not originally written with that in mind.
No.
Yeah.
But hadn't it been written for like 10 years before it even got like released
I
anywhere?
believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then imagine writing something 10 years ago and then somebody saying, right, you need to write a sequel to that now. It's like completely out of your brain.
Exactly. And Netflix dropped on New Year's Day I guess a teaser tweet, or they X'd an X, which basically said your 3 favourite shows are coming back this year. So first confirmation that indeed we knew Wednesday would be 2025.
Yeah.
We kind of thought Stranger Things would be, but no official confirmation. It will be, as will season 3, part 3, whatever you want to call it, of Squid Game.
Wow.
So all 3 will land in 2025.
Big year for Netflix.
Which, no exact dates for any of them. Although, as you said, there is I believe it's a Korean Netflix account.
Yeah.
Which did a tweet, deleted a tweet, which referenced June.
Yeah.
For Squid Game Part 3.
You might as well. Strike while the iron's hot. You can't, if you've got it ready and going, you can't wait another 4 years. Can you?
No, absolutely not. So, yeah, all 3 of those tentpole series will be back this year. Which is pretty huge.
Yeah, definitely. Big year for Netflix, this one.
Okay. So, the next piece of news is about another huge festive show or movie. I guess that was the new Wallace and Gromit movie, Vengeance Most Foul.
Yes.
Which premiered on Christmas Day on the BBC.
Yes.
And then as of today, I think, or tomorrow is available worldwide via Netflix.
It will be out by the time this episode comes out, but yeah, it's Friday the 30th.
Yes.
So co-production, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And it has come to light since this was aired on the BBC on Christmas Day that Netflix had some notes.
Oh, I saw this. Yes, I did see this.
And they were most concerned, in fact, about Peter Kay.
Yeah.
Who provided the voice for Chief Inspector Mackintosh.
Yes, returning.
Yes. And they were very confused by one of his ad-libs during recording, and that made it into the movie, in which he exclaims, "Flippin' Nora!"
I did read this.
And some of the US Netflix executives sent a note back to ask who was Nora and why is she being flipped.
Brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
And co-director of the movie, Merlin Crossingham, brilliant name.
Great name.
Said they had to convince the Netflix executives that the comment wasn't rude or an expletive, but just an innocent turn of phrase.
Yeah, it's just something Northern people say. And you don't get much more Northern people than Peter Kay.
No. And that's always been that is the Wallace and Gromit vibe, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all a load of Yorkshire plasticine models knocking
exactly.
around.
Did you watch it?
I did watch it, yeah.
Shall we talk about it later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at us teasing things for later on. I love this. We're getting good at this.
So, last piece of Netflix news.
Go on.
This week is some more numbers.
Okay.
Start with numbers. We'll close on numbers. And that is the viewing figures for the NFL Christmas Day
okay, yeah,
games on Netflix. They averaged over 30 million global viewers.
Well, that's pretty
for
good.
The games. Unsurprisingly, the most viewers ever tuning into Netflix on a Christmas day.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
So
That's exactly what they wanted.
perfectly viable new record.
Yeah.
Yes, the first game of the doubleheader, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, drew approximately 30 million global viewers. And then the later game, the Baltimore Ravens against the Houston Texans, attracted 31.3 global viewers.
I'm intrigued now because
A huge percentage of which were US viewers.
Obviously. I'm surprised we're getting viewing figure numbers from Netflix like that, because you don't normally get that from Netflix of like, this is how many viewers it had.
But it doesn't matter for this because they're not going to have another NFL game till next Christmas.
No. But it makes me wonder now with all the wrestling going on there, whether they'll start doing that for that.
I don't think so. I think
I don't think so either.
Think for your first one.
Yeah. But normally you'd get viewing hours for Netflix.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. You don't normally get viewing. Yeah. This is how many people.
But this is so they can go, well, this was a live thing. Yeah. This is how many viewers at that time were tuning into this live event. And they've done it. So next year they can go, well, we beat it by whatever, 1 million.
I'd be intrigued to see what they class as a viewer in that case.
Yeah.
How long do you have to be on for?
Yeah, exactly.
Classed as a viewer.
Yeah, we don't know their rules.
No, we don't.
And we probably never will.
No, and you probably never will. But we never used to get any figures out of Netflix. Remember
exactly.
when we first started this podcast, nobody had any idea who was watching what.
But like we say, the game's changed. They're into the live sports field.
100% they're in now.
No, as predicted, no issues with streaming.
No, I did watch briefly for.
I put it on
for like 20 minutes maybe, and it seemed absolutely fine. Be interesting. Raw's on Monday, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But I can't see there being any issues with it.
Awesome, good. Yeah. Right, let's move on to some movie news, and as I'm sure will be the case for several weeks and months, there is some new news about the in-play DC universe.
Okay.
Some new casting news, and this is quite an interesting one because someone who was in the old DC universe has now got a new job in a new role in James Gunn's new DC universe. That man everyone loves him. It's Jason Momoa.
Oh, really?
He's hanging up the trident as Aquaman.
And he's got a new role.
And he will join the cast of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Right.
Where he will play...
Supergirl. That'd be amazing.
He will play Lobo.
Lobo?
Yes. The sort of alien bounty hunter dude.
Okay.
Apparently it's the role he has always wanted.
Right. Pretty sure he said that when he got the Aquaman job.
He says, so I collect comics. I used to. I don't do so much anymore. But Lobo was always my favourite, and I've always wanted to play him. It's the perfect role for me. And yeah, it's been confirmed.
Okay. Good for him.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it, when people get given like really niche roles in superhero films? It's always been their character they always wanted to play.
Yeah, he's following the footsteps of Chris Evans.
Yeah,
see, played two heroes in the Marvel universe. Yeah,
there is a precedent there.
I guess there is. Yeah. Okay, and then the next piece of news is really interesting. So we've talked for seemingly months, although I'm sure it's only a couple of times we've talked about it. Christopher Nolan's next movie.
Yeah.
Which is, this huge cast assembling for it.
Yes.
Anyone who's anyone. But no news about what this thing actually is. Well, we now know.
Okay.
Because just before Christmas, it was revealed that Christopher Nolan's next movie is an adaptation of the ancient Greek epic, The Odyssey.
It's a real step sideways for Christopher Nolan, it feels anyway.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's done space, superheroes,
time travel,
dreams, magicians.
Yeah. Why not do
historical?
Greek? Yeah.
So now we're going into myths,
Greek mythology.
Yeah. They have said it will be an IMAX-size globe-trotting adaptation of the epic Greek poem.
Okay.
Christopher Nolan's next film, says a tweet from Universal Pictures, is The Odyssey, a mythic action epic shot across the world using brand new IMAX film technology. The film brings Homer's foundational saga to IMAX film screens for the first time and will open in theatres everywhere on July the 17th, 2026.
Oh, really soon then? That's like only 18 months away.
A reminder that the cast so far
Yes.
includes Tom Holland.
Yep.
Who has been pictured, I don't know if you've seen in the last couple of days,
I don't think
for
so.
I think it's Men's Fitness, looking very buff,
Okay.
maybe in preparation for this movie, who knows.
Maybe.
He's also got another Spider-Man coming up, hasn't
Yes, he has.
he? Tom Holland, Zendaya, Matt Damon, Robert Pattinson, Anne Hathaway, Lupita Nyong'o, and Charlize Theron
Good cast.
have all signed up so far. Yeah.
It's cool. It's good. How can it not be good?
Yeah, I guess so. Do you think he's going to go full on, like, talking in? Ye oldie.
Knowing Chris Nolan, probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Who knows? I know another movie you're probably just as excited about.
Okay.
Because, this thing is printing cash, this franchise.
Right.
Barely has the third movie in this franchise been out. Again, just a week or so, maybe 10 days. Then Paramount Pictures have confirmed via Variety that Sonic the Hedgehog 4 is full steam ahead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Those movies are just genuinely good, aren't
That's
they?
the only thing Jim Carrey does nowadays.
Yeah, pretty
It's like,
much.
I'm retired, I'll just come and do Sonic movies.
Yeah, why not? Absolutely. I've not seen Sonic 3 yet, but I enjoyed the first two.
I enjoyed the first time, not seen the third one. It did approximately 60 million just in the States on its opening weekend.
Wow.
And this franchise so far has, obviously with Sonic 3 still totting up the cash, done over 800 million.
Wow.
At the box office.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Considering when that first Sonic movie got announced and that first image came out, everybody
with
was
Ugly
slating
Sonic.
it. Yeah.
In that first trailer,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Nobody
crazy.
thought it would do any numbers. Now look at it. It's a juggernaut.
Some scheduling news,
Okay.
and that is news that a couple of Warner Brother movies have swapped dates.
All right.
So, moving backwards, again, because this is about the third time this has moved backwards, is The Batman 2,
Right.
or whatever that'll end up being called.
Yes.
That has now got a release date of October the 1st, 2027,
Jeez.
which will be
That does feel a long time away.
5.5 years after the first movie,
Wow.
if it sticks that date.
Wonder why it keeps getting moved.
Matt Reeves is still nailing down the script, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Struggling.
Yeah.
Struggling with it. That seems a long time away.
It does seem a long time away,
It does.
doesn't it? And it's 5.5 years, which I know is not.
It's about the same as a Stranger Things season.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's with superhero movies, it is usually churn.
100%.
That hit, let's get the next one out. But there we go. That has swapped places with the collaboration between Alejandro Inarritu and Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Their upcoming film is moved to October the 2nd, 2026,
Right.
which is the date that the Batman 2 previously occupied.
Okay. So a year forward.
Yes, exactly. We don't know much about the said Tom Cruise movie other than the official logline from Warner Brothers that it will follow the most powerful man in the world as he embarks on a frantic mission to prove he is humanity's savior before the disaster he's unleashed destroys everything. Tom Cruise, John Goodman, Jesse Plemons, and Riz Ahmed are all on board that one.
Okay. Good cast as well.
Yeah, you will see that a full year before the Batman 2.
But still nearly 2 years away.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
And then, final bit of news is some acting royalty, I guess, that have been recognised in the New Year's honours.
Okay.
Stephen Fry is becoming a Sir.
I saw this. Stephen.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Which, do you know what?
Go on. Controversy.
I know you've not asked me. I don't know. I will never get a knighthood or an MBE or an OV or
You
anything
never
like
know.
that.
All the charity work you do.
I don't think I'd take it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why would I take it? I'm not into like royals or anything.
No, but
I suppose if it was for charity, I think you'd want to. Maybe you'd take it.
why would you not take it?
Well, I just don't see the point.
But it's an honour, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's all old-fashioned, and what does it mean?
It doesn't mean anything. It's just an honour.
I always hear that like some people get knighted and then they make people call them sir.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
That's like well knobbish.
Yeah, that is proper knobbish. But Alan Sugar did that, didn't he? I think.
Did he?
I can see you being cynic.
I wouldn't want a sir. It'd be wasted.
All the charity work you're doing, you're going to turn it down. Shocking.
Others receiving various honours. MBEs for Carrie Mulligan.
Okay.
Sarah Lancashire. Anne-Marie Duff.
Do I know Anne-Marie Duff?
She was in Shameless. I think she is married to James McAvoy.
Oh, okay. I do know that.
She's been in loads of TV stuff over here. And I would say character actor Eddie Marsan.
Oh, yeah.
Is also being honoured.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for them.
And Sir Gareth Southgate, but we're not a sports podcast.
No, we're not a sports podcast.
But he's a nice guy, so
Yeah, exactly. The most successful England manager of all time, isn't he? Or one of.
he was a good statesman for her.
Yeah.
Sir Gareth. There we go. Anyway, that's all the news.
So Stephen Fry's the big headline there.
Yeah, I guess so.
And David Beckham didn't get one again.
No, but
That's a big headline again.
with all the blood money David Beckham takes,
Exactly.
can he be a sir? You can't. I don't think you can have your cake and eat it. But there you go.
Oh, I love when you get controversial.
Okay.
Cool. Is that all the news?
Yeah, that's all the news.
Have you watched anything good at the top of this?
I've watched quite a bit.
Okay. Well, it's been Christmas.
Yeah, it has. Should we start? Let's start with Squid Game.
Go for it.
I've watched all of Squid Game Part 2.
Unfortunately, I've only, as I said earlier, only done the first 2 episodes.
Okay, what do you think so far?
I enjoyed them. They weren't what I was expecting.
Do you know what?
I enjoyed them both.
I am going to step into bat for Squid Game.
Okay.
Because not that it needs my help, but
I've always been in back for Squid Game.
No, and I think when we've talked about it before, I enjoyed the first season. I don't understand why it was such a mega hit.
I don't think anybody does.
But it's a good show.
Yeah, it is. You can't take away from the fact that it's a good show.
I have seen quite a few reviews that I actually finished it earlier today, and I've read a few reviews since, and they really seem to sort of moan about this season takes a while to get going because and this is a spoiler but not a spoiler. The first 2 episodes are in the real world.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in the game yet.
No,
or even in the area. And
I just feel that again, this is a lot of lazy reviewing of people who probably haven't watched the whole thing because they're kind of like, oh, where are the games? Where's the Squid Games? Whereas a lot of people, I remember reviews from the first time around going, this is just mindless.
Yeah.
You know, and
it'll be the same people.
It is a take
as well.
on capitalism and the rich and the poor and the have-nots and the haves. But I'm like, why would we go straight back into
You couldn't start
the story? He's got to find. I found the first couple of episodes where he's trying to get back in.
Yeah.
He's trying to find.
He's trying to find who's responsible. He doesn't want to go back in.
He's just trying to, yeah.
He's just trying to find a way to get these games done and out.
What do people want out of this? I thought it was quite compelling.
I've really enjoyed those first 2 episodes. I just haven't. There's no reason why I've not finished it. I just haven't had the chance.
I'll be interested to see what you make of it. But I mean, I've enjoyed it over the whole. Like I said, we'll get into spoilers next week.
Yeah.
But it's a recommend for me. And there's not that many games in Squid Game Part 2, which is why I'm more saying it is Part 2, not Season 2.
Yeah.
Because it isn't game after game after game.
But you don't want.
That's not what the story is.
No, exactly.
The story is carrying on
the same show again.
No,
you've got to continue this story.
But I've seen a lot of reviews that are saying exactly that.
That's just like you say, it's lazy reviewing, isn't it? It's the same as that when somebody said was a prequel, not a sequel, the other week. What was I talking about?
Can't remember, but yes, I remember you saying it.
Oh, the Dexter,
Yeah.
new season of Dexter. Somebody had reviewed it, said it's a poor sequel. It's not even a sequel.
Yeah.
It's just lazy reviewers. They're just typing shit for the sake of shit.
Yeah.
Not like us. We deep dive into stuff. We're good at it. I will definitely have it watched by this time next week. We'll do a full debrief. If we have to do a bonus, we will.
And and also to complain that you didn't get closure this season. This isn't. That's not on the show. That is on the marketing, I think, and where they've chosen to split the show up.
You never get closure in the middle of a show.
Yeah,
it's a middle season. You're never going to get closure.
Yeah,
people expect too much.
But I'm like I say, we'll get into it next week. I think that it's. I watched season 1 of Squid Game and didn't want more.
Yeah.
Because, and I know it wasn't written that way either.
That was kind of my question earlier when I said, is it necessary?
Yeah.
It's like, did it need to happen?
But now I've seen these 7 episodes, I want to know what happens next.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's the whole point of these 7 episodes.
But people should not be moaning that this isn't
the same.
They feel shortchanged because this is, like I say, it is a cliffhanger of to be continued.
Yeah.
It is not a closed book of this season 2 ends, what's going to happen next.
Yeah, it's one long story, isn't it?
So
fair. Just okay. We'll get fully into Squid Game next week. I'll get it finished and we'll get fully into it. Anything else?
I have watched all 5 Die Hard movies.
This blows my mind.
This was the Christmas thing we did.
Why?
Because we watched Die Hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's Christmas time. Why not?
Not a Christmas movie, but fine.
And I sort of went, I've not seen the other ones for years. So we just watched them all one night after another. And I'd never seen Die Hard 4 or Die Hard 5.
Really?
Yeah. And do you know what? I put this in the Discord. Might be a hot take. My favourite one was Die Hard 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Really?
And I will take that hill and go Die Hard 1. Yes, it's a classic. Yes, it invented that type of film. That's why it's important. I understand that. I had much more fun with Die Hard 3 than Die Hard.
I couldn't tell you the last time I watched any of the 5 of them. I remember watching 5 when it came out, but I don't think I've seen any of the 5 of them.
I will also say,
the first time I saw them.
Yeah, not a spoiler alert because it's a 15-year-old film. Die Hard 4 was really...
Is that Die Harder?
No, it's Die Hard 4.0.
Right.
Was a real pleasant surprise.
Okay.
I thought it was brilliant.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, how have I never seen that?
I'm glad you've really enjoyed them.
Yeah. And Die Hard 4 was the one with Justin Long.
Yes.
And then Die Hard 5, which is Live Free or Die Hard. I mean, you can tell that's the paycheck one. Bruce is not as light on his feet. It's got that horrible greeny grey filter on it that we see a lot in Bottom of the Stream movies. And it's only an hour and a half long and it's just a rush job.
Yeah, just get them out there.
Yeah.
I have seen them all. I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference between the 5 of them.
Okay.
But
that's the one where he goes to Russia to rescue his son.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll do it next Christmas.
Maybe.
I could do it any time of the year because they're not Christmas films. It's fine.
Only the first 2 are set at Christmas.
Exactly.
Okay. And what else? Wallace and Gromit.
Yes.
I watched Wallace and
Talk
Gromit.
about Wallace and Gromit. What did you think?
Yeah, it's good.
Vengeance Most Foul.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really nice.
I usually know what you're getting.
You do.
Good sight gags, and my kids really enjoyed it. And they then went and watched most of the older ones.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because they hadn't. Well, I think they'd seen them there and there, some of them there and thereabouts. But they actually, can we watch the others? So,
that's good.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, it's Feathers McGraw came back.
Yeah.
He's everyone's favourite, isn't he?
Of course he is. He's the mute character, but everybody loves it.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was really good. I had no issue with it. I thought it was fun. The animation was great as always.
I did read something quite interesting. Or was it? I can't remember. Anyway, there was some sort of dialogue going on of sort of what's the BBC got left in its locker for its big Christmas Day stuff going forward? Because Wallace and Gromit, you can't just churn them out.
No, 6 years that one took.
Exactly. Gavin and Stacey, they've done. What have they got left?
That's a good point.
Like they need some. What are their crown jewels?
Yeah, it's a great point.
That you can wheel out and get that Christmas special mileage out of.
Christmas shows that you can bring back that haven't been around for a long time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the BBC nailed it this year. The first time ever they got all 10 of the top 10 on Christmas Day. Everything.
I don't know how much competition was there from.
That's where I was going. Yeah. ITV just didn't try.
Didn't bother.
Because they knew that they couldn't beat what the BBC had got with Doctor Who, with Vengeance Most Foul, with Gavin and Stacey, obviously. and ITV just didn't even try. They put a repeat of Bullseye on that had only been on 3 days earlier.
Oh, really?
So it's crazy. They had a Chase on, I think that was also a repeat.
Wow.
Didn't even try. Talking of Doctor Who briefly.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I know watched it.
I really thought it was awful. I just didn't enjoy it at all.
I think I said before, I've not watched it since last Christmas. I missed the whole series.
Really like that guy as the Doctor. I think he's great. I thought this episode was poor.
Okay.
I really didn't enjoy it. I watched, my Boxing Day consisted of watching all the Christmas Day TV. So I got up and watched Gavin and Stacey because I didn't want to get any spoilers on that.
Sure. Oh, it's that was good.
Gavin and Stacey is a show that
it tied up in a bow what it needed to.
Finished the show. It's always a show that I've always watched, but I would tell you that I don't like it until I'm watching it, and then I'm like, okay, this is all right. I hate James Corden. I'm not a James Corden fan.
Yeah.
But as Smithy, kind of, you can't imagine anybody doing that better.
Yeah.
So I've always watched Gavin and Stacey, and I thought it was a really good way to finish it off. It was nice. It worked. I
didn't try to do anything. It just like
you knew what it was going to be. They did really well to keep it all a secret. And did you see the lady who plays Sonia was like, even her mum and dad didn't know she was in it, and they were watching it on Christmas Day together, and she shows up. I thought that was clever how they did all that. But like you say, that's it now. You can't go back to that world now. That's done. There's rumours of spin-offs and stuff, but there's not going to be the big Christmas property that you need. So you're probably right. Next Christmas can be an interesting one for TV-wise. Yeah. What else did I watch? What else did you watch?
Yeah.
We weren't finished on you. I was taking over.
The other thing I've started to watch is an Amazon Prime show.
Okay.
Competition reality show.
Right.
Baking show.
Oh, okay.
It's Harry Potter, Wizards of Baking.
Right.
Presented by the two guys who play the elder Weasley twins.
Oh, really? The guys that run the sweet shop?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they host it, and then Warwick Davis pops up every now and again. And it's, my kids, again, was just to watch with the family, and it's just one of these polished Amazon / Netflix baking competition, and it's they're all like master bakers, so it's not like
what are you going to say?
They're not pulling nobodies off the street. It's
right.
These are like make a Hogwarts that's 6 foot high,
and they can do it.
Yeah, or make a Gringotts with a running mine track around it, and it's all got to have a thing that moves on this cake, and you're like, so it's not like, which bit of this cake can I actually eat?
Yeah, it's not like the Bake Off where it's designed for them to fail. It's like, make this look spectacular. You've got as much time as you want, etc., etc. Good. Yeah, it's impressive.
I mean, variable.
Yeah,
I would say, but then some of this, like the episode we watched yesterday, the star baker thing was like it was the desk from Gringotts. It's like, well, you've just built a desk. That's a lot easier than them. They've done a mine track over there. It's like. You know.
Those sort of things never go on taste either, do they? You imagine they all taste rank, but they look amazing.
That was really interesting because the two like pro judges were like, "Oh, that tastes great." I can't remember what they were eating. Some chocolate with a load of, I don't know, weird like beetroot or something weird in the middle of it. And they said, "Oh, brilliant! The flavors. Oh, I love it." And then Warwick Davis ate and went, "That's not doing anything for me."
Really?
Yeah. And we were watching it again. Well, that's the everyman.
Yeah, that's
like.
Wow.
So I was like, I'm surprised they kept that in.
Yeah, definitely.
But
when you said you'd been watching Amazon Prime reality shows, I thought you were going to be watching Beast Games.
It's been mentioned that we go for it because obviously especially my eldest kid, she loves. I know. To be fair, some Mr. Beast videos, I don't mind. I just feel like I would get a headache.
It does seem very loud. It does seem like there's a lot going on. I think. I read today that apparently somebody in the first episode, a couple got engaged and he proposed on the stage and it never made the cut.
Wow.
It's like, wow, there's so much going on in that show that sort of thing doesn't even make the cut of the episode. It's not in the episode. Yeah, I thought I read that today. Apparently it's doing really good numbers though.
I'm sure, yeah. Sure it is.
If you watch it, let me know.
Yeah. Would you?
Watch it?
Yeah. It's got to be low. It's pretty low down on my list.
It's pretty low. It's pretty low.
If it gets watched, it's going to be because of the families.
Yeah, especially because the world's greatest reality TV show came back yesterday.
Exactly.
We've got to talk about the traitors.
Yeah. We can talk about. I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it yet.
I mean, there's only been one episode.
Yeah, the first episode was yesterday. I think it's 3 episodes a week for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. Yeah. I mean, I will either start it when I finish here, or I'll wait till. I think last year we made it a Friday night thing.
Do the blocks of 3.
Do the blocks of 3, and then until the last. was the last one or the last two when we're like, no, we've got to go live.
Yeah. Don't want to get spoiled.
Don't want to get spoiled.
I maintain, I think season 2 of The Traitors is the pinnacle of reality TV. I don't think it's ever been better, and I don't think it'll ever be better again. Season 2 of The Traitors is brilliant.
Yeah.
And so this has got a lot to live up to in this season.
Yeah, it really has.
But it would be interesting. So there's a few little twists. They've changed a few of the rules. So there's a nice twist at the beginning as well.
Okay.
So it's going to be an interesting season, I think.
Nice.
I love The Traitors.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So excited.
I'm trying to think what else I've been watching. We've done Vengeance Most Foul. We did Doctor Who. Did Gavin and Stacey. I've started a rewatch of The League of Gentlemen.
Oh, lovely.
Mainly
Good
because
stuff.
Inside Number 9's finished.
Yeah.
And I had an itch that needed to scratch.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see Inside Number 9 live in London. They've got like a West End show in March. So what I've decided to do is a rewatch of their entire back catalogue.
Okay.
So I'm going to do League of Gentlemen.
Yeah.
I'm going to move on to Psychoville. And then I'm going to
Nice.
start Inside Number 9 again, although there is a lot more
Yeah, there
of
is.
Inside Number 9 than there is of those other two. But the first 2 seasons of League of Gentlemen absolutely hold
Oh,
up.
do you know what? I might do that. I might do the League of Gentlemen. I've not watched it for years.
I love it so much, and it absolutely still holds up. It's 25 years old, maybe. But it's so good. So you forget how creepy Tubbs and Edward are and how evil they are. And I think watching it with older eyes as well is probably making it a bit different for me. But I'm really enjoying it. I've done 2 seasons over Christmas. I mean, they're easy. They're after 25 minutes.
I never remember. Where does the film?
The film comes after season 3.
Yeah,
and before, because it came back.
Yeah, it did, didn't
in
it?
2017, I think. It was like 15 years later.
Yeah.
I
knew there was a series after the film. I just couldn't remember.
Yeah, so
or a special after the.
So there's season 1, season 2, then the Christmas special of season 2.
Yeah.
Then season 3. Then
season
the film.
3, the one that's all one story.
Yeah, that's one where it all interlocks together. That's where I'm at. I've got to watch the Christmas special. And then season 4 was just 3 episodes where they came back like 15 years later.
Yeah.
And that was the end of it.
And the movies in between 3 and 4.
The movies in between 3 and 4, I think.
Okay.
And then Psychoville slots in there somewhere as well because it's not connected to the League of Gentlemen, but it was between seasons of the League of Gentlemen. And then Inside Number 9 obviously comes after that. Sure. But one of the episodes of Inside Number 9 is a sequel to Psychoville.
It is, yeah.
So there's loads of stuff. It's all interconnected. And because I'm going to watch that live, I thought I want to catch up on their whole back catalogue. And it's really interesting to see where they've all got, because all 3 of them got massively famous.
Sure.
All 3 of them did really well from it. They're still massively famous now. Mark Gatiss is like Hollywood star.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting that that's literally where they started. And then, because there was an Inside Number 9 documentary on over Christmas. Yeah, that was good as well.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Quite fancy that.
Yeah, that was good. I literally think that's all I've watched because it's been such a busy period.
Cool.
But don't think I've watched anything.
That's loads.
Else. Yeah, it is loads. It was good. I've had a good time.
Good.
Right, what are we doing now?
Shall we? Well, I suppose there's a couple of options. We either talk about what's coming to Netflix on January.
Yep, we're a little bit late with that, but we'll get there. I think we do Caught in the Net first.
Okay, we'll do Caught in the Net first.
And then we'll end on what's coming in January.
Caught in the Net is our feature where we choose a Netflix game to review and play. We'll come back and talk about it, see what we liked about it, and put it again. We're trying to rank them in a table. And I chose, although we both already chose it and started playing
it.
But
we had no choice. This is the biggest Netflix game released so far. It had to be the one.
So I chose Squid Game Unleashed as our game, which we've had a couple of weeks to play with.
Yes, we have. And we'd both already started playing it as well, so we should have got some good time into it.
What do you think?
I think it's very good. I really enjoy it. It is a lot of fun.
It is a pick up and play.
Yeah, you can just think it takes what? Depending on how good you are.
Which is takes the longest.
Depending on how good you are, 5 to 10 minutes for a game, I guess. And it's quite frustrating when you lose, especially sometimes. So then you just want to play again. And there's been times where I've sat for like an hour playing it.
Sure.
Maybe more. And I've not done that with any of the other games we've played.
Yeah.
It's a proper good game. It feels like playing Fall Guys when that first came out.
Yeah, it is.
Because that was a good game.
So you beam in as your character. I think there's 32 people in each. Well, you start off each game with 32 people.
Yep.
And you have to... there's 3 rounds.
Yep, so you survive...
So it goes 32 to 16, and then the last game's usually 8 people.
Yeah. And then obviously down to the sole survivor.
Yeah.
And you're earning credits as you go. You're picking up new
You earn
costumes for
money.
your characters.
Yeah, exactly.
You're picking up all sorts of new
You level them up.
emotions and stuff, and you can level up your characters.
You
and
like start with a weapon.
yeah,
because
there's different power ups. Like there's a pogo stick
Yeah,
for better
baseball
jumping, baseball bats, snowballs, all sorts of stuff. There's a lot to it.
The game says there's 40 plus games.
Yeah,
which is a bit like. I think there's 6 to 8 games.
Yeah.
And then they've all just got
various variations.
Yeah, like for example, Glass Bridge will have there's the straightforward one.
Yeah.
And then there's a version where there's like massive pigs swinging around.
Yeah.
Or there's like a 2-lane version and a 4-lane version.
Yeah.
Same with red light, green light. There's
Yeah.
the normal version, then it's that on ice.
Yeah. Or there's that with like where there's places to hide during
Yeah.
it, or with like buzzsaws going across.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't think I've played red light, green light, the basic version, more than maybe once or twice.
I think I might play it like the first time,
Yeah.
for the first couple of times, and then I've never.
Then it's
played
just
it,
never
so.
come back around into rotation again.
Yeah.
How did you get on with it?
Not bad. I think the first few days I won a couple.
Yeah.
And then I've never won one since. I've come second a few times. That's annoying.
The exact opposite. It took me fucking ages before I won one.
Yeah.
And then I won like 3 in the same day.
Yeah. Nice.
But then after that, I was like,
What now?
what now? What's keeping me playing?
Because it's back to a grind then.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm with you. Unless I've enjoyed what I've done with it. And I think I'll keep an eye on it because I think it will have a lot of updates.
Yeah.
And, again, trying not to spoil it. There's new games in Squid Game Season 2.
Yeah.
So are they going to
They're going to
come into this? And, but unless you specifically, and I'm just not that way inclined, you want to completely level up that character. Why do you want to go back?
I have
to
no
it?
desire to
Once you've
collect
won a
all
few.
the characters or
Yeah.
level up or get all the costumes. That doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
So what? Then it just suddenly occurred to me whilst I was playing. Why am I playing this?
Yeah.
What's my end goal here?
Yeah.
I've won a few now. I've frustratingly lost a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm collecting all this money. I've got loads of money.
Yeah.
That I'm earning from this, but I don't feel like there's any reason for me to spend
Sure.
it because all I'm spending it on is a different costume for somebody I'm not playing.
Yeah, and then it's the same usual stuff you get with games, isn't it? It's like you have your daily challenges, weekly challenges.
Yeah.
Complete this game, survive X number of times, and
There is a frustrating element to it as well with the weapons for me.
yeah,
It's like you're in the last 8, you're playing this game, and it's a survival. It's like don't fall into the water,
yeah.
and then somebody's got a knife and you just
Shank
done.
you and you die. But in other games, when you get shanked, it
You
doesn't
don't
matter.
No, but in the last game,
Yeah.
once you're eliminated, and so that's really frustrating because sometimes the game will load, you'll get stabbed, and that'll be the end of it.
Especially if you've got the camera pointing the wrong way, because
Yeah.
you're behind your person, and obviously, so if it's
Somebody
like
might be behind you.
yeah, if you're trying, if there's like again, this is what we talk about. The same games with different skins. You'll have one where you're on ice,
Yeah.
and the levels are cracking,
And you have to get off.
and you have to not fall in. And there's the same game but on lava.
Yeah.
And if you're pointing one way with people in front of you, if you get shanked from behind, you've got
I literally one final.
no idea.
It started and I was dead.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, I gave up at that point. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm not playing this anymore. But I don't like that aspect of it. I don't feel like the other players should be able to affect your limit. Yes, knock me out or push me onto a ledge and I fall off, but don't stab me. That's just like cheating. There's no stabbing in Squid Game.
That you've seen yet?
No, I've seen it yet.
I think
It's based on the first season.
yeah, I think I've had a good time with it, but I think yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I'm not going to go and do that grind.
No.
So for me, what's the
What's the point of me
longevity?
carrying on?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought of it. But
Or I think one thing I would like to try though, maybe we could have a go at the next watch along because what I've not had a go at is the party mode.
yeah, where you can play with people you know.
So if you have maybe we have a go at that, and especially if you can then I don't know if you then get the opportunity to choose the games
Oh, maybe.
or if they're just generated. Because there's one I really don't like is the one where you're in the towers and you have to run around the shape
Yeah.
of the cookies,
Yeah.
and then it opens the trap door and you have to get to the bottom of the tower and out. I was just like I don't like that one.
I
It's
didn't
just
like the
a bit
one where
rubbish.
there's another one with the cookies where you have to run over a particular one and a tunnel opens.
Yeah.
I don't like that one because it could be the other side.
Yeah.
And then you're done. There's no chance you can
Yeah.
get to that. So I didn't like those ones so much.
Yeah.
But they're just trying to get all the gimmicks of Squid
Yeah, of
Game
course they
into a game, and
Yeah.
you're not going to sit there pricking a pen cookie, are you?
No.
But overall, I think this is a really for Netflix's first big Netflix game release.
I think it's a really good tie-in, and it's a good. They've done a good job of taking a property and looking to open a new revenue stream with it. I'm sure if that's your thing, people will sit and grind it, and it will take ages for you, especially if you want to level up. There's 20 characters or whatever, and they'll add more characters as it goes on, and
yeah, there'll be more. That's just not. There was seasonal. There was a Christmas kind of mini game going on at the side as well. Yeah. So there's a lot going on in it. But I really enjoyed it. It was just it got to a point where I was like, I don't really understand why I'm playing this now.
Yeah.
Should we put it into our stream table
let's do it.
Games table? Do you want me to read the whole thing out, or?
I'm pretty comfortable. It's in the top 10.
Yeah, absolutely. You want me to read the top 10?
Yeah.
So currently number 10 in the Netflix net stream table is Stranger Things Puzzle Tales. Number 9 is Minesweeper. Number 8 is Spiritfarer. Number 7 is Crispy Street. Number 6 is Before Your Eyes. Number 5, Slay Away Camp 2. Number 4, Pinball Master. Number 3, Valiant Hearts. Number 2 is Katana Zero. And number 1 at the minute is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Where does this one go?
I've got it 5th.
5th? Okay, that's interesting. I've got it much higher.
Oh, okay.
I had it first.
Oh, really?
But mainly because I've played it for a lot longer than I played any of the others. That's why I thought I'm into this, and I don't feel like I've been into any of the others.
Oh, I can't have it. Yeah, I know. I like that. I get what you're saying.
I put a lot more time into this than I put into any of the other games that we've done.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like I was playing this just because we were going to talk about it on the show. And for a lot of those games, I feel like that's why I was playing it.
Oh, I'm really surprised you got it with Pinball Masters. They're
very different games.
Yeah, they are. I could listen to it being a couple high, but I've definitely not played it as much as Ninja Turtles. That's still been my.
Okay, well, I will take that.
I guess choose, don't I?
You do.
I'll give you a couple.
Give me a couple. Let's split the difference.
Yeah,
it's better than Valiant Hearts.
Yeah, let's put it third.
Third?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll deal with that. So it's my turn to pick the next one.
It is, yeah.
I've actually been given a heads up by one of our Patreons to try a game.
Okay.
And I'd forgotten until about 20 minutes ago.
No problem.
So I've just decided that this is the game we're going to play instead of the one I picked. So he wanted us to play. He said he downloaded Squid Game Unleashed to play over Christmas, and then this was next to it in the list, and he's never played Squid Game Unleashed.
Oh, lovely.
He started playing this instead. It's a basic. It's a classic again. It's Snake.
Oh, right.
But it's different.
Right back.
It's Snake with a difference. It's Snake.io.
Okay.
Which is a multiplayer game, a multiplayer only game. And have you ever played? There's loads of IO games where it's basically you have to take as much space off somebody else.
Right. Yeah.
You eat a circle.
Okay.
And then they're trying to eat your circle, and it's that, but Snake.
Okay.
I think, from what I understand, the synopsis says it's a snake eat snake world. Sliver around the it's all S's. Sliver around the screen to collect energy, grow bigger, and devour your competition in this fast-paced arcade multiplayer game. So I thought we'd give that a go. Okay. Well, he wanted us to give that a go.
Fine.
The Patrons run this show a lot more than we do. You know that. So snakes.io.
Fine.
Give that a go.
Yeah, 100%
for next week. Sweet. We are going really long in this episode, so shall we just quickly go through what's coming to Netflix in January?
Sure.
I've got a list here. Do you want it?
Give it to me.
3rd of January, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. That'll already be out by now. Alongside a movie, I've got no synopsis for any of these either, by the way. Fine. This is a different website to what we normally use. But there's a film called Umjlo, My Beginning, My End coming. On the 10th of January, Bank of Dave 2.
Nice.
Have you seen Bank of Dave?
I have not.
It's about Dave, and he made his own bank. It's a true story.
Yeah, no.
So the sequel to that's coming. Really short month for film. There's a 17th of January. There's a film called Back in Action. 24th of January, The Sandcastle. And then we move on to TV. Conk on Life.
Okay, that was on over Christmas.
Yeah, that's on the coming BBC. To Netflix. Stranded with My Mother-in-Law season 2.
Okay.
Ever been in that sort of situation?
I wasn't aware there was a season 1.
Nor was I. Love is Blind Germany season 1 is coming.
Okay.
Dubai Bling season 3. There's lots of reality TV shows coming. I Am a Killer season 6.
Oh, wow.
American Primeval. That sounds good. No idea what it is. It's the first season though, so you could start watching that.
Okay.
Crapopolis. Good name. Young, Famous and African season 3. The Night Agent season 2.
Yeah,
23rd
that's
of January.
going to do numbers.
The big one. Is The Night Agent in the top 10? It's not far
Yeah,
out.
of all time.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I think it's about 8th.
So season 2 is coming. Season 2 of The Recruit is coming. Don't Die, The Man Who Wants to Live Forever. I think we briefly talked about that. That's out now. 7th of January, there's a documentary about Jerry Springer coming. Jerry Springer Fights Camera Action.
Nice.
I think
I'm
that's
kind of surprised that's not been done before.
Yeah, I think this is like a tell-all, warts and all kind of, because he's dead now, isn't he? So it's like behind-the-scenes documentary of what that actually was. Six Nations Full Contact season 2 is coming. That's the rugby documentary. Ari Schaefer's got a special.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Called America's Sweetheart. That's coming. Castlevania Nocturne season 2.
Nice. That always does good numbers as well.
Obviously, you've got your live sport all coming as well. Raw is coming on the 7th of January, NXT on the 8th, and SmackDown on the 11th. That's coming weekly from those points onwards. There's a Love is Blind Winter's Kiss Netflix game coming.
Love is Blind is everywhere. It's ubiquitous.
There's a lot more movies coming that are just coming to the US. So I'll skip past those. Elvis is obviously there now. That comes out tomorrow, I think. That's the Austin Butler
correct
movie. The Pope's Exorcist is coming on the 19th of January to the UK. That's supposed to be a good film if you like the Pope. Or not like the Pope. Chef and My Fridge, season 1. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to guess it's normal people showing a chef their fridge and then him cooking for them.
I think you might have wrote that one, yeah.
Naruto, season 2. That's out there now. That came on the 1st of January. And that's about it. There's a couple more WWE shows, WWE Legend Profiles, WWE Raw Classics, and WWE Raw Top 10s. They're all out there now as well, along with the Raw and SmackDown Vaults. They're both there. The NXT Vault, the WWE Road to WrestleMania Vault, and the WWE Superstar Profiles, which is 4-minute long episodes of shows just telling you about who these guys are, in case you want to just freshly get into wrestling from now. And that's pretty much it for January. It's not a big month for Netflix releases. I think The Night Agent probably the big one.
All will fall before The Night Agent.
I think they probably want to keep everything away from Squid Game.
Yeah.
So everything else will wait at this point.
Lovely.
I think that's it. I think we've done another Bottom of the Stream with Adam and Nick. How did you think it went for the first one of the year?
I loved it.
Me too.
It's like we've never been away.
It was a long one and it was a fun one. So yeah, all that remains to be said is go and listen to our podcast that will come out on Thursday about
The Guest.
And then we'll be back here next Monday for more of your Netflix news, reviews, everything we talk about on this show. Go do what you do in the meantime. Like, subscribe, tell your nan. And we'll be back next week.
Cheers.
Bye.